welcome to Explain It Like I'm 5. In this episode, I will be talking about what is a tickle and why does it make us laugh. So this question comes from Chloe, and she asks, the weirdest thing I want to know about is being ticklish. It doesn't hurt you or do anything that your body should be afraid of, but when it happens to me, it's like so unbearable. It feels almost worse than pain, especially the soles of my feet. Do you feel that way too, and why is it such torture? Well, Chloe, yes I do. I absolutely hate tickling. Like, literally, it's my least favorite thing in the entire world. Okay, that's kind of an exaggeration, but really, really I hate it. When I was little, when my dad used to try to tickle me, I would literally scream at the top of my lungs so he wouldn't get anywhere near me because I hate it so much. And even with my husband, I rarely let him tickle me, and when I do, I'm like, I hate it, and I always yell at him, laughing is just a panic response, because he always says oh, you're laughing, you like it, and I'm like, no, that doesn't mean I like it. So yeah, I'm going to explain to you guys what tickling is and what causes it. And it's weird too because some people are super ticklish and then other people aren't ticklish at all, and some people like it, some people hate it. So let's see what it is and why it happens. Scientists don't have a clear understanding, but here's what we know about tickling. So there are two kinds of tickling. The first kind is called gargalesis, and that is spelled like this. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. I looked it up. And that is the heavy kind of tickling that makes us laugh. And the second type of tickling is nismesis, spelled like this. Again, I looked up that pronunciation. Hopefully I'm saying it right. And that is a tingly, itchy feeling you get from a light touch. So the first type is when someone tickles you and you laugh. And the second type is when someone brushes their finger along your arm or a feather or something like that very lightly. That doesn't elicit laughter. That just gives you that itchy kind of feeling. So you can't tickle yourself because the brain is too smart and knows that it's coming. You can't outsmart your brain and tickle yourself. And that's why when you try to tickle yourself, you don't laugh because your brain already knows that you're trying to. And so when your nerves are stimulated through your epidermis, which is a fancy word for skin, they send a message to your brain. So using an MRI machine, researchers discovered that there are two areas of the brain that contribute to the tickling sensation. They are the somatosensory cortex and the cingulated cortex. The somatosensory cortex is responsible for analyzing touch, and the cingulated cortex is involved in creating pleasurable feelings. Another MRI study determined that laughing at a joke and laughing while being tickled both stimulate a part of the brain called the Rolandic operculum, and this controls facial movements and vocal and emotional reactions. But unlike laughing at a joke, tickling also activates the hypothalamus. And this is the part of your brain that regulates the fight or flight response. This is why some scientists believe that laughing while being tickled is a way to submit to your aggressor, almost like you're being attacked. And this is why I always tell my husband that I'm laughing, because I am responding in a way that I am being attacked, and not because I think it's funny. Another really cool thing about tickling is that it is a social activity, I guess you could say. And something really sweet, which makes me maybe hate it less, but not really, but I think it's really cool. So it's one of the first avenues of communication between a baby and a mother. And that is pretty sweet and very cool. The parts of the body that usually are the most ticklish are the most vulnerable parts of the body. But like I said before, some people are more ticklish than others. Some people are more ticklish in different places than others. But under your arms and your neck are both very vulnerable areas of the body. And they're more vulnerable to injuries because there's not a lot of protection for your neck and your underarms, and there's a lot of important stuff in those places. So that is why they're more ticklish. And then the bottom of your feet, which, can I just tell you, the bottom of my feet are the most ticklish part of my body, and when I get pedicures, which I don't get too often, but I've gotten a couple, I when they're, when they take the that thing and they smooth out like your calluses on the bottom of your feet. Like I can't even like handle that. Like I went with my friends one time and I was embarrassing them so much because I was literally like laughing hysterically like in the chair while she was doing it, and I like was like squirming, and I was like, oh my gosh, like this is so embarrassing because I'm getting a pedicure and it's supposed to be like nice and relaxing, and I'm like literally right like over there like laughing and like squirming and being like, oh my gosh, this is so terrible. It was horrible and so embarrassing. But that is just because the bottom of my feet are super ticklish, and a reason why is because the soles of your feet have a high concentration of Meissner's corpuscles. This is how it is spelled as well. So basically this channel is not about pronunciation, so I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing any of these words. But anyway, those are highly sensitive nerve receptors located close to the skin surface. And so these nerve endings make the bottom of your feet extra ticklish. So that would explain why I cannot get pedicures. And so your body responds to tickles sort of like you're being attacked, and that's why you want to squirm and get out of the attack. And that's why your body squirms, and you're trying to obviously avoid being tickled. Another cool fact about tickling: there are other animals besides humans that laugh from being tickled, and they are chimps, gorillas, orangutans, and rats, which is totally random. You can see like, oh yeah, monkeys, like kind of similar to humans-ish in a way. And all the monkeys, well, a couple monkeys, and then rats randomly. I have no idea why, but that's really interesting and really cool. So if you ever have a pet rat, which is super gross, and I'm sorry if people get offended by that who like rats as pets, I think they're gross. If you ever have a pet rat, you should try tickling it and see if it laughs. Yeah, so that is being tickled. Great question, Chloe. Thank you for that, and you guys can definitely keep asking me more stuff. I really like this question because I feel exactly the way you do, Chloe. It is horrible. I'm not going to stop emphasizing the point because it is really terrible. Anyway, but I do love to laugh, but not when I'm being forced to laugh. I like to laugh when I think something is funny. And sometimes I laugh at myself because I think that I'm funny. And nobody else really does. So there's that. Anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling because then it makes my video longer and it makes it take longer to edit. But yeah. Oh, so I'm really excited because this is my first video where I'm responding to a comment, and it's my first, well, second technically, but second video in the new apartment, which you guys can see behind me. The last one I filmed in the living room, and I think this is going to be my more permanent filming spot by my little office area. So I feel like a real YouTuber now because I have my own space. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. You know the drill. If you're not subscribed, you can subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And all of my information came from howstuffworks.com. Why do people laugh when they get tickled? And mental floss. Why do we laugh when we're tickled? And another mental floss article. Do other animals laugh when tickled? All of that will be in the description box below. Yeah, that's really it. Tune in for next week's episode, which is yet to be determined, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye! Wombat poop is square. There's enough iron in your body to make a 2-inch nail. And a random fact at the end, the brain named itself.